So we will try to see if we can. Oh, I guess that's an antifreeze plug. Oh. They just went from good to crap. I found out what that all that crud was. That's a. All right, guys. So I picked up this 1982 Kubota tractor. I think it's like a 20 horse. In today's video, I'm gonna try to start it, and if I can, and we're gonna look at the parts that we need. So I kind of got a head start on it. I took off the fuel filter. As you can see, it's cracked. It's junk. I took off the line to the pump, and I took off the drain from the pump. We're gonna put some fuel in it, kind of drain it out so to clean out the crud, because it is pretty bad in there. Like what is that, you know? So I'm gonna try to flush that out some. Look at that. I don't think that's supposed to be in the pump. So we will try to see if we can. Oh, I guess that's an antifreeze plug. Okay. Oh shoot. All right. So they just went from good to crap. I found out what that all that crud was. That's a antifreeze drain. Anyway, so back to the tractor. I took off the clutch cover. That appears to look all right. The owner said that the fork was broken, so I don't know if that's inside the transmission or it's in here, so that's why I took that apart. Aside from all that, we're gonna try to start this little 2-cylinder Kubota engine. There isn't a fuel pump on it, so this is like a just, let me see if I can do that. There we go. This is just a gravity feed into the pump. But I've talked to a couple of my friends. They said put a little pump on it, so I'm gonna get a little pump to put on there so that way it can be able to prime easy. Okay, so this is the new fuel tank right here. This is what the plan is we're gonna zip tie it up here. Here we go. Now that we got the fuel tank up, we're gonna put our bolt back through. We're gonna take the washer back on, put that on, and we've got to make it like that. Yeah, that'll be good. Okay. Okay, good. Okay, so now that we got that done, we're gonna take and put some fuel in it. Do we see bubbles? No bubbles coming through. No bubbles. All right, so now that we got our fuel going in here, we're gonna give it full throttle, okay? And we're gonna get a battery on it. Go. Now that we have our fuel, we're gonna decompress the cylinders, so that way we don't have compression. We're gonna try to crank it. So right now we have the injectors. We're getting fuel to the injectors. This is really good news. We're gonna keep cranking it. Okay, so that's what we're looking for. Okay guys, here it is. Guys, so back to the Kubota. We're gonna need an alternator. We're gonna need a starter. So I went ahead and ordered the starter. It's kind of hard to keep these videos going because I'm waiting on parts. So once I get the starter on there, we crank it over, we fire it up, and then we're gonna do an oil change. We're gonna get an alternator for it. We're gonna address the seat. We're gonna make sure all the gears are working. We're gonna address the these fuses here. Now I'm not a tractor expert, but I'm gonna have to fix that tire. I don't know anything about these Kubotas. I don't know anything about these old tractors. This thing is older than me, but I'm willing to learn, and if you guys have any insights, let me know. I'm looking for a manual, and I'm trying to figure out what this is. Is this the third function? I don't know, but I'm gonna learn. I do know is when I move the lever, okay, these will actually move down. So they do move down. So I'm gonna pull that back up. Now this is a nice little unit. It is four-wheel drive, and let me show you what I've got going on over here. So this is my fuel tank. I am going to get a new fuel filter for it. I just don't know. I'd like to have the one that has a water drain on it. Like I said, I will be doing an oil change, so I will be replacing the filter. My whole goal is see if I can get it started. Now, when I look in the tank right here, it is rough. There's a whole lot of crud in there. So I've got to figure out how to wash that out. Otherwise, I'm really looking forward to fixing this thing and giving it a shot. I really love the tractor. So originally, why I didn't get it going is because the starter just all of a sudden started cranking really slow. It started to get hot, so I just went ahead and quit trying to crank it. Partially I think it's my fault because I cranked it too long to get the fuel to the injectors, but I think that the starter was already on its way out. As soon as we get the starter in here, as soon as we can start it, I'm going to power wash it, clean it all up really nice and good, because it's got years of crud on here. Now, I'm just stoked. I'm super excited about the tractor. I think this is going to be a lot of fun. This is an awesome project. Now, when I first got it, it did have antifreeze in it. It's drained down a little bit, but look at that lid right there. It's all gone, and then look at that's all like ripped off. So I will have to probably end up getting a new radiator for it. Now it doesn't have a water pump on it, which is really interesting. It does not have the water pump. It's only a 2-cylinder, so I don't know.